What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Cryptid Saturday, and in today's Cryptid Saturday, we are going over the cryptids of Maine. Now, admittingly, I couldn't find any really long or big articles, so the one I found only has three cryptids in it. But I thought, we'll go ahead and go over it and see what they're about. So, all that being said, before we get into the video, please remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, follow me on all my social medias, which will be coming up at the end. Turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Cryptid Saturday, and drop comments down below with have you ever heard of any of these cryptids? Have you ever seen any of these cryptids? I would really like to know, as well as anything you would like to see me cover in the future. So let's go ahead and hop into this article. Like I always like to say, guys, I don't own the rights to these articles. This particular one is from WGME.com. Please go over there and show them some love. Loggers believed these three monsters lurk deep in the Maine woods. Long months spent harvesting lumber in the Maine woods can make anyone start to see things. At least that seems to be what happened to many lumberjacks in the 19th and earliest 20th century in Maine and beyond. When you're living in an isolated lumber camp, you've got to keep yourself entertained with tall tales and fantastic stories. I just thought that was fun. Tote Road Shagama? A name like Tote Road Shagama just sounds like it's from Maine, doesn't it? And according to Fearsome Creatures, it's a beast unique to Maine and New Brunswick. This puzzling creature reportedly had the front quarters of a bear and the hind quarters of a moose. Even more oddly, lumberjacks claimed it would walk for a quarter mile on its front legs and then stop and switch to its hind legs for another quarter mile. Loggers reasoned that the animal was unable to count above 440, which was how many of its steps it would take in a quarter mile. Hence, it needs to switch legs every quarter mile. While that logic is interesting to say the least, it makes sense in a world where there are a part bear, part moose hybrids stalking the woods. I mean, I think it's obviously just a combination of they've seen bears and they've seen wolves and they're just bored out in the woods. Or sorry, they've seen moose and they've seen bears and they're just bored out in the woods. So I mean, it makes sense that they would just come up with something just kind of cool like that. And maybe it was like a descended from a way that someone used to actually like track the miles that they were doing. I don't know, but that's my thought on that one. The Bildad. Boundary Pond, a remote body of water located in the far northwest corner of Franklin County, about 11 miles from Lac Megantic, Quebec, understandably doesn't get a lot of human visitors. Lumberjacks supposedly believed, however, that if you heard something surfacing from beneath the water, it was almost certainly a bildad, yet another odd-looking animal. It's about the size of a beaver, but looks more like a kangaroo with webbed feet and a hawk's bill. According to Fearsome Creatures, it fishes from a perch on a rock, diving into the water for a fish to bring to the surface and stun with its tail. It can supposedly hop a whopping 60 yards in one bound, which is more than three times the length a kangaroo can jump. According to legend, a Billabad was killed on Boundary Pond and brought to a logging camp where a cook made a Slumgullion stew from it. The only person brave enough to eat it was a man named Bill Murphy from Abidjatus. I can't pronounce that, guys. Who took one taste, bolted from the camp, hopped 50 yards to a nearby lake, much like the Billabad itself, and drowned. So he jumps into the lake and he can't swim. Oh, that poor guy, though, if that's true. To be honest, this sounds like a crane. Or like a like a diving, one of the diving birds, maybe, is where this kind of got its thing. Maybe, I don't know. Like wallabies can survive in the cold, so that'd be kind of interesting, though, if it was like a wallaby that maybe they'd seen and then kind of combined some animals. But I don't know, that's kind of strange. Agro pelter. Hey, I think we got our Bigfoot. By far the most fearsome of the three main beasts in the book, the agropelter is not to be trifled with. Found in most of the northern woods of North America, this wiry, long-limbed creature looks more like an ape or monkey with muscular, whip-like front arms that it uses to tear limbs from trees and hurl them at prey, or at unsuspecting loggers. It's renowned for its incredible aim and ability to bonk lumberjacks directly on the noggin, sometimes resulting in a goose egg and sometimes resulting in death. According to legend, the agropelter eats only owls and woodpeckers. So that's actually kind of interesting. Like this, if this is true, then they're actually documenting an ape and or a monkey in Maine. And like there are cold weather monkeys. So that actually could have been that. So that's actually kind of interesting. This is the first time where like there's been like a Bigfoot-esque creature, and I'm probably going to count this as a Bigfoot too, guys. Or at least a type of Bigfoot, but or like I said, maybe I won't put it on the Bigfoot counter, but it's close. And like, but this like could actually, if they're documenting real things, maybe it was like a lost population of monkeys that managed to make it up here. That's almost what it sounds like. Or maybe just some escaped ones, maybe from like a captive thing, if it's even true. And it may not be. It could just be like their way of explaining trees that fell onto the ground. But I mean, how cool would it be if it actually was real monkeys throwing things at them? Okay, guys. Well, those are three of some of Maine's cryptids. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Have you guys ever heard of those before? Have you ever seen those before? I'd really like to know. And anything else you'd like for me to cover, please let me know. All that being said, guys, please remember to hit that like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all my stuff, turn on that notification bell, and I will see you next Saturday for Cryptid Saturdays.